Hey, okay, so cinematic Nikki here. I was in my little camera thing I got. Very loud noise. I think that's because I was doing the camera over there. But it is update day. It is version 1.6. I did know the name of it a minute ago, but I already forgot. It popped up on my screen when I logged in. So I know it's 2 words. You are so loud. It also froze my game when I touched it. So hopefully that unfreezes in a second. I have been a little more laggy than usual the last couple days, not just this update, but the last few days in general. But I am having to go through a lot of stuff today. We have all these new marks to look at. So, first off, I'm going to check out the outfits. I assume it's... Um... I assume it's 1 5-star, 2 4-stars? It might be 1 5-star, 1 4-star. I know the double 5 stars is a special thing, it's not every time, so I think there's only going to be one. The design of it, I believe, is going to be fairy godmother, and it has a tall hat that looks like a dunce hat, but I don't know what any of the colors are, I don't know what the design is. That's all I know about the outfit. And on the Twitter, there was a video that had a bunch of chickens running side to side. And I don't know what that's about. That might be one of the events, it might be one of the outfits, but I guess we're gonna find out. So we'll top one right into that. This is the hat I was talking about. Okay. And it is 1 5-star, 1 4-star. So it's like a puffy pantsed prince outfit. And I can't even see all this one. And animal grooming is interesting. And I'll do the video watching later. Let's check the 4-star first. We normally check 5-star first. What's the whimsicality of this going to be? I assume this is meant to be a prince. I was gonna say it could be like pulling out a throne or something, but that doesn't really make sense for a prince. Like kneeling to kiss a hand? It would be a pose for the camera, not a whimsicality. Maybe pull out a sword? Let's see. Flowers. After using the Prince Bow whimsicality, Nikki transforms into the elegant prince from a fairy tale with starlight lingering in every gesture. Gesture, not jester. That's a big difference. As starlight twirls and chases petals in graceful dance, the prince's dreamlike figure freezes a shimmering moment of light. So it adds, like, the sparkles and what kind of ends up being like a big eureka type thing. And now for this, animal grooming. I believe we had a 5-star grooming already. I don't remember for sure. Maybe I'm thinking of a 4-star? Yeah, maybe it was a 4-star. I feel like there was an animal grooming a while ago that added a hat to the animal after you groomed them. Or something similar. So, since this one is Enchanted Encounter, it's all magic themed, like fairy's secret. Is it going to add wings to animals? I don't think they're going to fly or anything, but just like to put some fairy wings on animals after you groom them? Oh my god, they're flying. After using the fairy animal grooming ability, Nikki transforms into a fairy. With a gentle wave of her wand, she lovingly grooms the nearby animals. Under the fairy magic, the animal grows wings and gracefully floats in the air. I was actually so close to correct on this, I just didn't commit enough. I thought they wouldn't fly. That's so funny. I wish I could see them floating around in motion, because that sounds really cute. I'm going to have to look... Actually, when I watch this later, it'll probably show it. I was going to say I have to look up on YouTube a video of it, but this down here probably shows it. Now we have to look at the outfits themselves. Let's do the 4-star first again, once it loads. Again, I'm not sure why I'm lagging. I was doing fine, and then this last week I started lagging, so it's not the update's fault. It's, I think, my computer. This is a really big cape. Like, I know it looks big from the back, I mean from the front, but from the back it is massive. Yellow. Very strangely normal and uneventful leggings, but I guess you're trying to draw all your attention up here, so I guess that makes sense. Hair is interesting. Not too much going on with it, but having short hair that comes to the front is, I think, pretty unique. Ooh. I really like the leggings on this. Compared to the white, the black and gold is really nice. I definitely think the gold and white for the clothes is better than this, though. The red, white. This is like, I guess, a cream and black rather than a white. The white's just on the cape. The black hair version I like more than the light green. But yeah, definitely this gold I think works better. I really want to know what the shoulders look like. We'll check that in a second because we can kind of check it in the details menu. Because I want to know what it would look like without the cape. Oh, pink. That's cute. The leggings are almost identical. Yeah. They are very slightly tinted. Maybe they have a little bit of a gradient to get pinker towards the bottom, I think. Very, very similar, though. Honestly, I don't think any pieces of it for the pink are my favorite. I think the outfit, everything except the hair, for base default, I like the most. The black hair I like most out of this. The black hair would probably go okay with this set, like the yellows. So I would probably get the black and then throw it on this. And I want to look at the shoulders. That, I clicked the same button. Sorry, Fairy, I'll see you in a second. No, down here. Interesting. And we also do get to see kind of where the pants cut off. So the frills off to the side are part of the shirt. But yeah, it looks almost like, little candy wrapped around the arm. Let me clear my throat for a second. Yeah, I had something... I still have something stuck in my throat. But, yeah, it looks like little pieces of striped candy right at the shoulders. I can't go over because it removes the thing, but where my mouse is here is what I'm looking at. Where the white comes off. It looks like a piece of candy. But now we can look at the 5-star. And an intro as well. I assume that's kind of the motion you do when petting, is you probably swirl like that because you're not actually touching the animal. Oh, I always forget to look at what type they are. Really? Oh, I was looking at this and for some reason I thought that said 15,000. I was like, this is a sexy? No, it's a cool. Because I was going to say it makes no sense. Because it should be elegant. But cool also works. Both are, I think, acceptable for that. And this is an elegant, which makes sense. We can see the intro again. Open shoulders, very nice. That is very nice hair. This is almost identical to the 5-star purification outfit, but longer. I think the 5-star purification ends like right here. It's, I think, just below shoulder. So this is just a longer version of that for the back. The front is different. It goes off to the side. I'd be interested to see what it looks like under the hat, because it looks like it comes up and is tied, but we can't see where that is. So the hat itself, I think, is silly. Because I did compare it to a dunce cap. I don't know the inspiration for this outfit and why a fairy godmother type outfit would have a pointy hat. I'm sure there's some like historical thing to go about it, because it is something that I think I've seen before, but I don't know the reason, so it looks silly to me. The wings are very nice. I'm trying to get a good look at them, because obviously I still can't zoom in this menu. It's hard to tell exactly what color they are, because there's so much pink. It looks kind of like it's green, blue, pink, like there's a gradient on the wing here. This kind of looks like it's an orange or yellow, so maybe it's just a rainbow pattern down? Oh, because we kind of see the same thing on the dress here, so I assume it's this same colors, but just through the very thin part of the wing. And the wings do look very fragile, these tiny little things poking out, but that's how fairies are, they are very fragile. Some nice detailing here. Interesting side piece. Oh, there's one on the front too. We just can't see the back because it's underneath the long bit. But this dragged down there. And we can't see the shoes or leggings or anything. And I don't think I'll be able to see the back of the hair if we go in here, because, yeah. But we can look at all this stuff. So it's got a couple lines going across it. Some bigger gems. Shoes are platform heels. Very shiny. Might be crystal on the bottom. It's hard to tell. The wings have a down part. I couldn't actually tell. I'll have to pull up the dress again and look. But yeah, they have like a tail almost. It probably just goes flat against the body. That's why I couldn't see it with a puffy dress. They look really big in this preview image. Because the body of the dress is so big, it makes the wings look smaller than they actually are. They actually are very big. The hat's very silly. Earrings, that. Interesting. I want to also take a better look at those in here. I guess this is kind of what the design is for the leggings. We just can't see it. I don't think there's the big gold on the leggings. I think it has just the gems, the white, and the texture. But yeah, if we go to the side here, it's hard to tell because it's so bright. What if I make it a little darker? If I make it night, maybe we can see the wings better. Yeah, you can kind of see here, there's this long tail that goes down. Very interesting. But yeah, like I said, these wings are actually huge. But it's hard to tell because the dress is so puffy, it looks like it's actually bigger than the wings. But okay. What are the colors going to be? I'm expecting a red, a yellow. I think the yellow is going to be the upgrade. The red's going to be 2. There's going to be... I put my mouse over 3 and I said 2. I think the red's going to be 3. I think there's going to be a black on 2, and I think there's going to be a green on 4. Let's look at the glow up first, because that's kind of the order you'd get it in. This is the green. Okay. It's a very interesting green, too. It's like a seafoam instead of being like more of a naturey green. I do like the hair. Was this pink hair? It was pink hair. It was all pink for all the stuff for the base. So, I tend to like the darker hair anyway. That's why I always talk about how much I like it. It is interesting. There's a lot of contrast up here with the arms. Because here it kind of fades into the green, and this is full green, dead on into the blue. I don't know how different the wings are. I think they aren't a full rainbow. I think the pattern we're going to see is just going to be the color of this like part of the dress. So this is a green to blue instead of being like a yellow to pink. And it feels like there's some blue or purple in here, but it's hard for me to tell. But let's go to number 2. Ooh, okay. I probably should have guessed it would be a crystal one. That makes a lot of sense. I think I said this was black originally. But a purple... This is kind of like... It makes me think of a sleepy dress. Because up here... I didn't see it like that before, but it looks like a puffy nightcap or something. Which is very silly. I really like how light the hair is here. Starting darker, getting lighter. I don't think any of the other hair was gradients. No, it's just this one. But that is very nice color for that. The dress itself, all of them so far, there isn't much pattern on the dress itself. And because of that, there's not much variance in color. Even for the one like this, it's pretty solid. So there's not much to look at on the dress itself. It's just the detailing on the front and the 2 sides, and that's it. The back, with this dress in particular, you can't see much of the detailing. The other one, you can see a tiny bit more. But even then, it's still very hard to see. So you're kind of hoping for your visual intrigue to be up towards the top for the back. But even the front, it's not as much as this, to where it's literally only up here. But most of the stuff you're going to be looking at is, like, waist up. There's not much going on the very bottom half. I don't know if part of that is because you can't see the feet or not. I don't know if that adds or takes away from it. But next color, I originally said this was a red. This is like the yellow. Okay. These wings. I know it's definitely... Let's put daytime for this, because I was going to say I like how much they stand out, but that might be just because it was nighttime. Even in the daylight and the full cycle, those wings are, I think, the brightest by far, which I do like a lot. Now, they don't have much change. They're pretty much solid yellow the whole way through. Same with the dress. There's not really that pattern going across it the way other things had, unless you're going to count kind of the white, where it's fading a little. The hair actually is interesting. It's the opposite of the last one. Dark to light. This one's light to dark. Which I think is interesting to have, but having hair fade this way to where it gets darker as you go down makes me think it's fading with age. So like growing in white hair, and then you're just trimming the ends, so your hair is just getting slowly and slowly brighter at the top. Overall, I think the wings are really nice, but other than that, I don't think I like much of the yellow for this outfit. Okay, this is like kind of what I would consider a purple, not a black, so my other guess was wrong. So we had like a light bluish purple, and then we had a dark purple. And pink kind of combo. Looking at the wings when I said pink, it's probably not pink, it's probably a shade of purple. The hair is also... I don't know if it would be considered like a hot pink or a purple, but it might be the best. The wings probably are my favorite out of all of them. I think they're bigger as well. I think this is added on. Yeah, they get an extra effect on the wings. And having the wings be bigger is kind of funny, because right now they look big. And these look small. But these looked big on normal Nikki. So these are going to look insane. They're going to make the black wings from the last banner look like little babies. They're going to be so big. So that's ridiculous. The hair, I think, is less interesting. I think this is my favorite hair. And these are my favorite wings. Probably dress itself, too. I think this dress does a better job than the other ones at actually having things to look at. These don't have enough contrast on the pattern of the dress itself for me to even pick out the detailing. But on this one, I can see all the detailing very obviously because it's bright gold on dark purple. Do they all have this much glare and shine? They do. It's just, I guess, because of the colors, I wasn't noticing it as much. I feel like with the dark one, it's very noticeable how shiny and sleek that a lot of the white on here is reflections rather than actual coloring. This looks almost... it's not leather. What is this material called? I can't remember what it's called. I don't think it's latex. It's a very strange material for a dress. And this is the same type of pattern most of these big dresses have, where they'll fluff up on themselves over and over to kind of add wrinkles. So that's something we see all the time. Also, another thing. I didn't mention it on this one because I forgot, but the arm does flow in, and they don't run into this problem, where I don't like how this looked, where it was a big clash of color. All the other ones here, it kind of just matches the shoulder, so it makes sense. But yeah, I think this is obviously my favorite. I think this is my second favorite. This is my third, fourth, fifth. So it's unlucky that fourth favorite is here. And my first favorite's here. Because if I was pulling on this, it would be a very bad money thing for me. And I think I mentioned, yeah, I mentioned what I like about that one most. Very interesting. Now, neither of those had to do with chickens. So I'm gonna... Let's check the shop first. Let's check the shop first. See if this chicken thing's here. And we have to remember, it's the not spiky thing is what we can use to buy. So we'll see if anything here is purchasable. Stirring Sweet Dreams decoration. A cauldron to get some stars out of. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Bedhead chic. That is insanely cute. I do wish I had that, but I do not have this currency. And the makeup is the like paint and mess on the face. Gentle wipe is like rubbing your hands to create this smear here. And maybe later in the pose there's one for the other side. But that is adorable. The hair in particular I really love. Oh, and this is something we can buy. Sleepless Spin decoration. Magnificent carousel frozen atop shimmering lights, spinning endlessly day and night. Let eternal joy and laughter carry away the sadness of running in place. So does it actually gallop just up and down on this thing here? Thank you. We'll pull that out in a second to look at it. And it looks like the rest of this is all going to be normal. Just our seasonal stuff. All this. Yeah, looks like we're good to go. So let's... Yeah, I'm so laggy. I'll try to figure out what's wrong after this episode. So when we're actually doing story stuff, I'm not getting all messed up. I have to remember how to do this now. Let's get rid of our bunny couch for now. And put the horse. And then save. And then hold Z, click the horse. I keep hitting escape, but I guess you just have to let go of Z? Oh my gosh, it's so big. Okay. It like showed up weirdly for me. Put it right there. This dress is gonna cause problems. Let's put on my active outfit. This is a skirt actually, but it shouldn't be as big a problem as the other. If only my game would chill out for a second. I think I have to be on the other side? Yeah, you have to get on this side. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, it's a little magic spring. I see how it is. Oh my gosh. That is cute. Let's see if I open the camera here. Does it... Okay, it doesn't let me, like, pause. So you just have to wait for that. But it seems like a pretty quick animation. So if you're trying to get it, it's not too bad. You could get on that pretty fast. And before I put it away, let's see how ridiculous it looks if I wear a big dress. Oh, I was holding Z. I accidentally put it away. I'd pull it out again. And we'll put that right there. And let's get on with this and see what happens. Oh my gosh. You actually just, like, can't even see the horse. It's so covered up. That is silly. Very cute, though. Very thin boy, too. Look at how wide the handles are with his silly little head. And I didn't mention it last time. I forgot to during the episode, but I put Momo in his outfit. So now Momo has the silly covered up eyes. Which... he can see through a little bit. I can see his eyes there. The ones I have, if I put them on, I can't see, like, at all. And it also covers up this super cute makeup and the really good contacts that are like moving fire. But anyway, now we can actually look at the... Yeah, now we can look at the events. Okay, so this is kind of like last update where it's all in these menus, which is bad for me because I'm very silly and I was struggling the entire event to remember where things were. But I think this is going to be less, so let's look at this. Okay, it's literally just saying... Mirror Crown, which hasn't even reset yet. We have 2 more days. And I already bought this, so I don't need to buy anything. Okay. Time to collect collection awards. Got a dress here. I forgot to talk to Veli. I think I'll go do that this episode. That's silly. Um, Interesting dress. Misty Poetic. It's a 3-star, so no other colors. Folded poems. Let's see. Yeah, no duplicates. Let's just open the full thing for it real quick. Oh, it's one of the side slit dresses. I couldn't actually tell that from the preview. Big hat. I do like that hair. It's a very interesting knot, though. I'd have to see that a little closer, because it's hard to tell exactly how it's tied. But very, very big, really chaotic knot with only one or two, depending on how you look at it, strands being free from it. Interesting hair. This is very similar to one of the things we had before. Are these called shoals? I always forget what they're called. But we have a few things, actually, that are like this. This one seems a little on the shorter side. Very, very long necklace, which I always think are funny. It looks like there's actually, you can see right here, this little strap is mesh between that. So it's not actually open shoulder that's holding up the dress. So this here is mesh. I think it might have a design. It's hard to see, but I think this here with little clips. Very interesting. Okay, we see that a little better in this picture, yeah. So this going down from the neck over to here, and then this goes up, and it's like mesh across here. Earrings are hard to see. Now, what is this? Oh, more of these guys. I loved these guys. And this is probably the same, but I'll read it again. On Gifty Island, there lives a group of adorable, soft yellow gifties. Their bodies are as thin as cicada wings, allowing them to slip into pom-pom grass or cling to stone walls. On sunny days, the outing team leader waves a small flag, and the little ones quickly grab their cameras to capture the scenery. Snap. A shot of the ballet fly's graceful pose. Snap. A record of the castle built from waves. There's always someone who gets a little distracted by the scenery, chasing after pearl wings one moment, then dozing off on the back of a bullquet the next, and by the time they realize, Gifty Island has already prepared a new adventure. Even if the little outing team's leader can resolve the light and shadow puzzles captured by the Gifties, it's still hard to search for the missing ones alone. They quickly ask the stylist for help, hoping to find all their companions before Gifty Island drifts too far. So because this is a drifting island they come from, I guess they will make a comeback for most events. Kind of like Allison does. So we can expect one like this to be in a lot of future events, is what I would assume. That's a big chicken. So I think somewhere in Stoneville is where that chicken thing I saw on Twitter is going to be. It was just baby, like, chickens walking side to side, so I didn't know what it was advertising. And this is a house in, I think, Floriwish. But it's really overgrown, and that's normally stone wood stuff. Not stone wood. Am I going crazy right now? Stoneville. I was saying stone wood, and I couldn't realize why it was wrong. I am very silly. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Last time we got a few of them by accident, so I assume that's going to happen again. It looks like there's only 5 of them, though. And one of the photo ones, which is a classic. Login gifts. I'll take it, thank you. Picking up Mr. Squirrel. They're sending them into the portal of doom. There's the sheep that I didn't realize I needed a pet, and I remembered last episode. This has a red thing because I need to watch the video, which I'll do later. Okay, this is the main bulk of events. And this is the story. Oh! We get a wand? Is that what that is? An illustrative page from Dream Veil Tales tucked behind an exquisite sketch with a handwritten note beside it for the pink-haired fairy and the feline envoy. Just below, a cheerful trail of tiny bird prints dance across the page. I'll take it. I'll take a wand. You're even raising the chicken. So now this is the main bulk. And this will all unlock after the thing. So a stage of some sort with yarn. This, I assume, is a jump puzzle, which we'll do once all of it's unlocked. Oh, it says there's a list of animals here. Animals 2, 9 chests. Finding the slumbering animals. The animals have been petrified by the slumber spell. Venture deep into the maze, awaken those poor little creatures, and guide them back to their homes. So I wonder if guide back to their homes is you just wake them up and then they're done, or if it ends up being kind of like the sheep herding mechanic from Stoneville, the minigames, where you walk behind the sheep and kind of scare it into a path. Maybe they'll reuse that mechanic for a minigame? I wonder why... Oh, I was going to say, I wonder why this one's yellow. It's because it's selected. And this is the classic, just do missions for everyone. Some of them are already available. And there's just more mission type things. One of these is long, I think. I don't know which is the long ones. But they all have these little triangle hats. Cone hats, I guess I should say. And again, I don't really know the significance of it for the outfit. I just know it's a thing that people wear with this type of thing. Windsong Tunnel. Sprinkle magical dust to transform tunnels into floating platforms? Lifting every wish that longs to take flight. Play Windsong Tunnel solo or with a friend. Magical dust transform tunnels into floating platforms. This, I assume, is the jumping puzzle then. Because they had a solo and duo jumping puzzle last time. Thuddy Squash Spin. That is very cute. Look how big those wings are, because it looks like there's on her, but it's the ones here attached to the side. One day, people were astonished to discover that Thuddy Squash Spin had undergone a strange transformation. They could now spin at incredible speeds and even sprout wings. Okay, I get motion sick, so this type of amusement park ride destroys me. So, that's kind of a scary thought. And this is another you could do solo or with a friend. And this is the chicken. Hop on the Barretsant. Barretsant? Beret-sant? Because that's a beret he's wearing. But what's the sant supposed to be? Beret-sant. Like, I was gonna say like savant. But that would be a V. No one knows where the giant toy came from, but the children have already claimed it's their new playground. Enjoy... God. Enjoy boundless joy of hopping on the Barretsant. Playground, chicken... Yeah, I don't know where the sant comes from. And how this story doesn't have like a acts 1, 2, 3 listed? I don't know if I read this. As a gentle breeze sweeps through Stoneville, children's laughter dances from far away. This summer, a fairy's grand adventure quietly begins. So I wonder if this is just a one-act mission. So it will be pretty quick. Let's work on an outfit. This is the one I'll replace because it's just the... I guess I'll replace the event one. Because I have to make a sleep outfit at some point. So we'll replace this one. So... I gotta put something on, I forgot. Here. I'm now wearing blue feather dress. Maybe I should just go over to the chicken real quick. See if there's anything else sitting around. And I don't want to start the mission really. Hello? What is this? Let's go up here real quick. I might accidentally trigger a cutscene wearing this silly one thing. But I want to just get a look around to see if they've redecorated. So I have something to base the outfit off of, other than basing my current outfit off of the 5-star, which is probably what I'll end up kinda doing. I also don't know if I have any hats that are even remotely cone-like. That's scary. Almost as scary as the lag for some reason, again. I keep mentioning it because I'm so confused as to why it's happening. So where is the giant chicken? It's probably over this way, right? Because I know he was in the water, but this is where the quest marker was, so I assume that's where he is. Are you down there? It's hard for me to run around because the game is running so badly. I can't sprint back and forth to look at all the areas. But I think he was leaning against the stone tree in the water. Let's fly on over here. Are you somewhere down here? No? He must be over here. By the event. Actual start position. And I want to be careful. Like I said, I don't want to start it while I'm not prepared with an outfit. Oh, he's right there. I see him. He's really far away, actually. Looks like maybe here? Hop on the Barretson. So I actually want to teleport to this teleporter. Wait, there's not a teleporter there. I guess we're going to teleport all the way down here and run over to him. I want to see if anyone around is wearing special outfits other than the normal Stoneville outfit with the hat. Just to make sure. Scarf moths? I do have some, so I'm not too worried about it. There was something on my screen there. Was that a balloon? I wasn't actually looking at it properly. So, you are all dressed normally, so you're not part of the festivities over here. Where is our boy? I didn't want to use the other teleporter because I don't know if being in the zone for the quest will start it, or if I actually have to talk to someone. So to be safe, we're going to run all the way over to him. All the way around our little lake here. Is there someone standing over there, or is that one of, like, the... Hello? What are you doing? Why do you have fruit on your fishing rod, Mr. Sheep? And they're talking about mending socks with you. Oh, this is the thing here. I didn't even see this. The Thuddy Squash Spin offers 4 unique and exciting routes. Go ahead and give them a try. Oh my gosh, it goes like up in the air? So they fly away. I thought they just spun on here like a carousel. So I'm not going to be riding those right now. I don't think there's anything changed up there. With the Silvergale? Is that what that is called? Oh gosh, there's another quest here.
Wow, Nikki, look! A huge, round, imposing Barasant toy!
It is
It's
Barasant.
taller than a stone tree.
True.
There's also a lot of children gathered around. It's so crowded. Let's go take a look.
What are you all doing? These are the wishes. You're wearing normal stuff. I don't know why the sheep are all around the place. So, if we're basing an outfit on this, I don't know if I have a beret. But I can't quite tell what it's wearing. It's a onesie with a very long bib. And a bow tie. Or a ribbon, not a bow tie. So, I guess let's start this in the weirdest place possible, which is the hat. What in the world am I putting on my head? So, I want something kind of triangular. So I might go with my fishing hat. That might be the closest I can get. This is the correct shape, but it's down instead of up. Is there anything else that pokes up? I don't think so. So I'm kind of stuck between my sleeping cap and my fishing cap. This might be, it might be easier to do something with this. Because I should also have a couple colors of it. But with the fishing hat, It's got the weird hook on it that I don't like. I've talked before how it makes me uncomfortable. And it also has this like caution tape type feel. So maybe we will use this and just not make a sleep outfit. We'll just take the moon to be a kind of something to accessorize off of, to keep a planetary type of design. And I have a pink one. So I have a pink and a purple. I'll probably go with the purple one. Let me put this on recent so I can actually see them. Yeah, I'll probably use this. Now, what in the world am I wearing? Let me take... Oh, I forgot I need to put on another random dress. Let's throw that on. I want to take another good look at this 5-star. Because I will base it mainly off of the 5-star. Maybe I can take little inspiration from this. I don't know if I have any capes. I don't think I do. I can put some wings on, because I obviously have wings now. Oh, it's a little cat. It was probably Momo, and I couldn't see it. I didn't notice that the first time. Let's, Does she redo it? I'm gonna look and see if she draws Momo. Kinda. I think it's just a normal cat, but we'll count that as a Momo drawing. So, I think we should do long, thick dress like this. With wings. And I can use my curly hair to kind of match that design. Let's see how the curly hair looks in this particular hat. I do have pink curly hair. It would be right here. What about my other curly? Do I have a blue one? I don't remember, actually, what all colors I have for it. Where are they? They are missing. Oh, they're down here. That's a little better for this particular hat. That way I wouldn't have to dye the hat. But let's see about clothes. So like I said, I want a poofy dress. I could use the new feather dress. This isn't poofy. This is the Sea of Stars is interesting. That's very interesting. Let me take a look at the evolutions for this outfit, because I actually don't know what the evolution is. And I don't even know if I can do it if I get the duplicate or if I need a special currency. 4 of these, and that's it. Okay, that seems pretty easy. But yeah, we've never looked at this before. So very, very bright, pretty. Like a bridal dress almost. That's very nice, actually. Green, I think, is okay. It's not going to compare to the bridal or the purple, though. Ooh. Interesting. So this is kind of like a dark bridal dress, like a corrupted one. Ooh, look at that. That is nice. On the inside there. Their movement is very strange. Also, I keep getting the reconnect thing. Listen, my computer's exploding, apparently. Oh, I meant to click number 2. I want to compare this to... It is really giving me trouble. This. Is the white the same? No, this is kind of like a very light pink. It's not white. You can see it more here. But even this, I think, is shaded more. I really, obviously, like this. And I need 12 of these things to get it. That is a big priority for me. That is very nice. I think we will look and see if I can dye this to make it fit a little closer to the headpiece I'm wearing. Because it is kind of puffy. And it's an interesting dress. Before we do that, though, let's take a look here. I mentioned before that I would Normally, when I have the reconnecting thing, it doesn't happen this often. Hopefully, my internet doesn't fully go down. Because I have been having internet trouble lately. But I mentioned before, I would go up and I'd get all these little offshoots because they help with styling challenges. But knowing how good this dress is, I might actually ignore it and just fully shoot through all of these to get, I assume, 12. They are very expensive. But I can only get one right now anyway, and I need 4 just for the first upgrade. So I guess all of my money is... I'm so poor. I definitely can't do this. How much do these cost in terms of the daily things? 0. Oh, it's just blings. Yeah, I'll get all these then. Okay, that works. So I know I need to start getting money, because this is going to burn through my money very quickly. But yeah, we'll slowly get these, and we'll unlock our thing. So let's look at the dyeing for this, and I want to make it a little lighter. I think it's a little too dark. Can you dye this particular dress? You can. For now, let's just get the top. This. And this is a hard color to match. I don't know if I have anything close to it. That's kind of close. What about the big piece I was looking at earlier? That's kind of nice, but I might want to put that as a lighter, like a white or something similar. Something like that might be too bright, because I was thinking about the cloud there. But I don't like that as much. That, I don't know. Let me put some dye on the other big piece here. Maybe I want to go a little darker even. What if I change this one here to be slightly darker? And then this one as well, I want slightly darker, I think. Maybe like that? I don't hate that. Is there any other pieces of this I want to dye? I kind of like that, as is. The yellow is interesting, and it matches the stuff up here for the star theme and all that. So I don't want to mess with it too much, because I think it flows well with it. Interesting. So this trim here right now is like a dark purple like that. I think that's fine. The inside as well is that same dark. Honestly, I think just dyeing that couple went really well. This is also open shoulder, like the 5-star. This will take all of my stuff to purchase. Because I need to buy number 3 and number 2. And there reach 24 of these. Can I get away with not using this one? And use that instead? That's a little too bright. No. Because right now what I'm looking at is my hair. And I think that is going to be the one that matches my hair the best. Yeah, I think that's the one I like the most. I will just spend all that. If I do have to dye more 5-star pieces, I'm not going to have enough, though. If it's like an actual dress piece, like a big one. Do I want any overcoats? I can put one of these on. I feel like it's very limiting with this particular dress to wear that. I could kind of take a bit from the cape and put something over my shoulders like this. It is a shame to cover shoulders, because I always talk about how much I love them. This might be interesting. I think it's going to be hard to make this match, because they are so different material-wise. This is like a very heavy hot cloth type fabric. And this is going to be a very tight-fitting, hard material for that. So I think maybe that won't work too well. That's kind of silly, but maybe the whiter one? Honestly, to match up with the cloud up here, it's actually a pretty dark cloud. I think that might match better. It looks puffier and more blue? I don't know. Shimmering. Yeah, this is the upgrade. I don't know what the original outfit looks like. I don't quite remember. Maybe like that. This is looking pretty silly already. I'm also in the dye menu still. Let me get out of the dye menu. Is there anything else here? Now that I have the actual full list. Not really. I don't really want to use this. I've never used this piece I have right now for anything, so maybe this is the chance to use it. And I can actually see my legs in this, which is nice. This might just work. Because it's kind of how the other dress was, where it was textured but pretty plain legs. And these are the new ones we just got. Crimson Feather Icy. I don't hate it. Gives me an excuse to use them. But what shoe would go with this? Probably some purple shoes, too. I don't really want platform heels like this. How about this? The Sea of Stars actual shoes? What about Everlasting Bloom? I don't like the chains hanging... I can zoom in more. I don't like these here hanging down on it. Actually, I don't hate it. My problem is the ribbons. Because I don't think I have ribbons anywhere else. So it's only the shoes that have ribbons, which is a little strange. What about you? The gold beads. I don't really have beads. I have a star theme. I don't think I have stars on any of my shoes, though. Flowers. Yeah, more flowers. Those are very dark. I like these a lot, but I don't think they work here. What would work? I still haven't seen any star-related ones. Is this the same one? It must be. Whisper of Waves, yeah. The other one was the upgraded version. This is a pretty hard choice here. Because obviously just purple shoes work well, other than those. There isn't anything with a design that matches. No, that's not really it either. Not that. If these were just a little lighter. Let me look at the dye for this. This part here, if I made it... How light can this go? Honestly, even that little bit. It takes away the texture of the shoe, though, because look at all this texture on the side. There's so much going on. It's, like, scaled. And if I dye it, I can't see that well. But I think that's the lightest color I could make it. I could buy these. How much does that stand out? It's a little too blue. I kind of need just a lighter purple from up here instead. Or whatever you would call this. Even that's pretty bright. That feels a little better. I feel silly because it's so minor to change that I feel like I should change it more. It does feel better if I dull it. That is the outside of that. That's the whole thing there. And that's the shoe, yeah. I could make it really bright. Something like this? And then what if I change the actual thing here to be more golden? Do I have something similar to that? Do I have a yellow here? Nah, it's not bright enough. Maybe that's as bright as I can get. A little bit less bright. Something like that? I don't hate that. Let's do that. The hat's very silly for this. Because it is very obviously a sleep hat. Now, what do I do for accessories for this outfit? And makeup. Let's actually get out of this, because I'm always in the wrong menu. It's so hard to tell if you're in the dye menu, because it looks almost completely identical. Now, full makeup. I don't really want that one. Honestly, Starsea's not terrible. Let's just go through our list here and see how everything is. Because maybe I can just take some pieces of Starsea, like the eyeliner that I really like. Maybe this would actually be a little closer to the honey frosting. Yeah, this one's always hard. Bigger eyelashes, I tend to like. This does add purple to them. Yeah, let's keep it simple. We'll do the matching eyebrows for our dress. Eyelashes. I don't know what the eyelashes look like for Fading Moon. And I cannot zoom in further, so this is going to be rough. Yeah, that's our super fluffy ones. This is kind of like a chaotic more one. This is just on the outside edge here. You can kind of see it pluck up. This one, I can't see it all. Let me turn sideways here. Nikki, you gotta hold still, girl. When you're moving, I can't tell. There's something changing, but I can't tell where. You know what? I'm throwing it on, and I just don't even know where it goes. Probably gonna go with this. Just obviously it's my only purple eye. It's gonna just fit the best. This is gonna be way too dark. But I wanna probably put something. No. And I've mentioned before, I don't like... Oh. I gotta get back into that. All the way down here. I don't like this one as much, because the top of the lip, I feel like, is way too smushed. So maybe I'll just go with this. Some little generic one here. The rose from the standard banner. I will check Eureka's as well, but I want to check accessories first. Do I want to put my halo on? I can, because it's the icy stuff. And earrings. I can probably make do with some. This is kind of like wispy, which I like for this outfit. We're not really butterfly themed. I could get some more stars or moons, because I probably have star or moon earrings. Something like this. Is it too close to the other moon, though? That's my concern right now. I would have preferred if I had a moon lower down. Let me zoom out and look at that. Now I zoom in as if we're in a cutscene. I don't hate it. It goes well with my hair. I think I'll stick with it. I am okay with having something on my neck, as long as it's not huge. I don't really like that much. For this, at least. What is this from? Sea of Stars. That's the official one for the dress. It looks like it would hurt to wear. That's funny. I don't have much for here. What about chokers? This is way too big. Yeah. I just want something really light. I have a lot of ice-themed things, but maybe I could put this one and dye it. I can't dye it. It's not dyeable. That's bad. No, I don't have any ribbons anywhere. My theme is kind of all white and purple and blues. Maybe let's check this one more time. I have used this for something before. Beaded Rain. Heart Lake Ripples. I do not remember what that's from. We didn't check the title. Is it called Title Bounties? The thing. I will check that. Let's actually go do that now so I don't forget. Because I forgot last update. Deep Echoes. I wonder what Title Bounties is. This is all the makeup. Very bright. This is very similar, actually, to the other lipstick. Pretty nice eyes, honestly. That's something I should keep in mind. It only costs 20 on 5 stars to get one piece of makeup. So, for example, when they had the Feywish Party event, I think there was a really cool face paint makeup that I could have potentially just spent 20 to get. Very silly. Momo's got the double hat. Fairy Traces. Can be placed in numerous ways. Step through the enchanted tunnel of the storybook and reach into the swirling vortex of time. Perhaps you'll find yourself in a fairy tale realm. Following the delicate traces... Please reconnect. Thank you. Excuse me. I was reading that. And again, I think the reconnecting thing is my internet. Following the delicate traces of fairies. I got a new internet box the other day. I'm not sure how that works exactly. That's an interesting prop. But they did just give us a thing that lets you fly all over the place. The thing here. So who knows what they're doing with props now. They're going crazy with them. Now I need to open the menu again, get back into... Oh, I went to Momo Vision. I wanted to open this. Go back in and look at the neck pieces, because I'm not done looking at that. So... What about a gold one? I just don't like this one much. I've also dyed this myself. This isn't the original color. The original color is... I don't know how to check. Oh, that's how you do it. Honestly, that might not be bad. The original of that? And do I want something on my hands? This takes up a lot of space for hands. Ooh, I do have a star-themed thing from Starburst, whatever that is. I think I didn't use these before because it looks like just weird beads rather than planets. So I didn't like that aspect of it. So maybe I'll skip on that, actually. Because I'm going to run into that same problem. Oh my gosh, it's so glowy. That's the actual Sea of Stars one. What about gloves? I can do some weird stuff with my feather gloves. Because I have this thing that's covering a lot of my arm, the part where it ends might not be too bad to look at. Let me take this off so I can see for a second. Yeah, because this is very distracting and strange. But when you cover it up with this, you don't notice as much how it ends. A thing we'd have to check with this is when I'm posing in the camera. And let's do a pose where I throw my arms up. Something like that. I was hoping the other arm. Oh no, that is the solid arm. Never mind. That's the one that ends like here. So you can't see it underneath. Even from over here, it's kind of blocked. And do I have a pose that puts up the other arm here? So it's got like the see-through there, which is interesting. I might not hate it that much. It is interesting. I tend to be against asymmetry a lot. I tend to like symmetrical things, but maybe I should force myself to use some asymmetry. So I can throw this one. The color's like pretty close to how I want it. So I don't want to cover my face. I really like my face actually in this. Same with that. No, none of that stuff on this. I was thinking about putting wings on, but I think it's going to be too much. I don't know. These wings aren't too bad. This is my dyed ones I currently use. But maybe the undyed ones here might actually be okay. And it does match the theme, like I said. These are kind of freaking out a little. There must be some piece. Let me see if it does it again. Yeah, they're like resetting there. Let me walk it for a minute, see if they still freak out. They don't like where my hands are in this particular dress. Because my hand is being pushed out by the dress. Let me jump around a little more. Walk some. Yeah, right there it's freaking out again. I think they're not going to work in this dress. Yeah. Because it's going to be too finicky, where they're jumping around a lot. So, off you go. No rings, commenda, arm decorations is fine. None of these are... I could use this, I guess. Makes sense. Is it dyeable? It's not. The color's okay, I think. My halo, my wand, very silly. It does kind of interfere with this here, because I'm kind of holding it up. It would be better if it was laying on this side, but then it would just slide off my shoulder. I have to hold it into my body, or else it would fall down my shoulder. Oh, I clicked and shot myself in the face with an energy blast. Switch back, please. Their tucked back is pretty good, but it's not going to stay that way when I run around. And in cutscenes, they normally take away handheld objects, so that you can emote better.
Delicious, savory.
I think it's fine. It fits the theme so well that I don't want to not have it. But let's look at Eureka's. Now. Berry themed? I'd rather have something low-key for my head or no head one at all. Because I think feet is the one I really want. And I'll leave the hands alone because I have the wand, and I'll leave the head because I have the halo. But there's room inside the dress for me to have something around my feet. So the question is, what would I want? Oh, This could make it look like it's raining stars inside the dress, kind of like the fully upgraded version of this. That's interesting. Where is my leveled up version of the stars? I want them to stick out, so I think I do want yellow, actually. I like that, actually, yeah. What is the set for this? Lullaby. What's the hand lullaby? Is it this? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that off. I think that works pretty well. So I have little stars inside the dress now falling down. I think that's actually like a perfect thing. As long as I can't see them from the back, which it looks like I can't. From the back, it would be better if I had something. They always put the big ribbons that hang down for this exact reason, to cut the back. And the wings would also do that. They would kind of handle that problem. The front of this is like perfect. It's just the back bottom is the problem. And I don't think I have any pieces that I can put there. Because it's going to be pretty much only back pieces. And all of these are upper back except for the wings. And the wings don't work with my hands. Unless they magically work now that I'm holding my wand. This hand here is still going to give me trouble. Let's do the same thing where I run around a little. La-di-da. It's not freaking out there. Let me jump up somewhere. Now I switched outfits, so I gotta wait a second. There's a lot going on in this dress. There we go. Yeah. It's too glitchy with this exact puffiness. Because they're designed for the dress they came with. Really thin clothes would be fine. It's not going to cause any problems. But this exact puffiness is where the problem will exist. And I would keep it if it was a bigger part of the focal point of the dress. The wings would be nice because they match the fairy wings. Not matches in design or anything, but they match the idea of having wings with the 5-star. But I think I'll just accept not having them, so the dress makes a little more sense. And I'll accept that the back here is a little weird not having stuff, but I really like how the front turned out. I think this turned out really well. I think this piece is still really strange, but I want to use it because I've never used it before, and I think this is the only chance I'll have to use it. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I want to go... I was going to say get a picture with our little guy here. What is your name again? I need to open the thing to remember. Beret Sant. Sant. I still just don't really know what's going on with that.
The sun's gone down. Time for a nighttime adventure.
Can I stand without starting the quest? I might accidentally start the quest. If I do, it's not the end of the world. Is this a bounce pad? No. This might not be a bad place for a picture. What time of day would I want the picture to be? I think I want maybe a dawn picture? No. Let's go a little later. I think the dress works better at night, but I've run into the issue where I can't see it as well. Now, what do I want to do for my pose? I want something pretty playful. Because I have the hand piece as well, a lot of these poses aren't going to really work. So I need stuff that really only uses my left hand. Like, something like that might actually work okay for this particular thing. High V sign does nothing because I have something in my hand there. That's silly. Doing the dance with one hand? That's silly too. Maybe something like this actually works. Get the wink. And yeah, something like that. Face the camera. Oh, I accidentally hit the thing. I don't want to do that. Let's... I don't know where I want... I don't want to go too low, because you're going to start seeing up the dress there. Seeing the leg like this is fine. I don't think I need the other leg. I think it's fine having the silly chicken. I can turn off collectibles, so there's not these blings all over the place. And NPCs as well. I'll turn off just in case, because there might be some kids running around in the background. The aperture could probably turn down a little. It's hard to balance seeing him but not seeing this rock is the problem. He's already getting fuzzy. Let's just leave it at 8. It'll maybe get the trees off a bit. I don't really want to do rotation with this particular pose. I still don't know about my framing is my issue. I think maybe like this. Let's crank the focal length up a lot, actually. No. What if I go... That works pretty well, actually. Just full sending the focal length opposite direction. I kind of want my wand to be in the picture, though. And I don't need as much of the chicken. I can go a little higher, actually. Maybe being at like 13 will help me. Yeah, that's not bad. I can be a little more of him. Like that. That's pretty good. Now, what do I want to do with color? Because I can probably throw some filters on this. I don't hate the time of day as much as I initially did. Maybe I will leave this and add lighting again. Am I just going to use the same bright purple lighting I use for everything? Because I fell in love with this lighting. Let's do some moon blue instead. That's all good. A little less vignette. Make it a tiny, tiny bit darker. I want like a tiny, tiny bit more shadow. Let's try that. I don't like messing with saturation, like at all. Because it feels like I'm breaking my brain to figure out if I'm correct or not with that. But I do want to, I think, mess with my soft light. Maybe I do not want to mess with that. I think this works. Very cute. I actually really love this dress. Still don't know what this symbol on the outside means. I swear it wasn't there. I swear these dotted lines used to not be in the game. And I don't know what changed. Very nice. But let's do a quick run through just to... What is in here? Oh, it's just the same stuff. Oh, the I don't know whatever became of it. There was the multiplayer stuff that was delayed. And the thing is just gone now. So maybe it'll be later this patch, because they mentioned that they were pushing it back to 1.6 because they think it wasn't done. So maybe they're pushing it back to later this patch, or even further, I don't know. But let's talk about the plans. These should all three be stuff that happened in the background. So that's background stuff, minigame stuff, and story, and that's all we gotta do. Nice and simple. These, a lot of them aren't even unlocked yet. And hop on you. I'm not going to do it today. I'll be doing, I think, all these things here in one episode together. Basically, next episode, I will just start the story right away. Start getting to it. See how it goes. It's only 24 days. Is this update shorter? Or is there... Or does this end and then there's a mini event? I don't know. I feel like that's a little short. But, yeah, next time we will start the story, and if this is a pretty light update 1.6, because I assume it will be, considering how insane 1.5 was, they need a couple light updates so they have time to prep for 2.0. Because if they try to keep the pace they've been doing now, 2.0 will be a disaster. So, I want them to lay off and do less events. It's definitely not because I'm behind on story and I want an excuse to have more free time. But yeah, I'm hoping this is a pretty light patch. And next patch maybe as well. So whenever I'm done, I will do a Sovereign and maybe some of the Wishing Woods story before next update. Because I'm scared we're going to get an event that requires me to be done the Wishing Woods, and I'm going to cry. Because I'm going to have to do, like, 20 hours straight of video. But, for now, I'm just going to go ahead and go. So, bye.